A very warm greetings to everyone. This is Suhasini S, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, RMD Engineering College. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the topic in linear and radial gradients. So first of all, why we go for this linear gradient is this is one kind of CSS styling. So how we are going to apply this is to for changing the colors. Okay, how you will be applying a color in a fixed point. Okay, it can be in your ratio what you give. How the transition is going to happen between the colors. Okay, between the colors are you can specify your own colors and how your this linear gradient is going to display that transition. So for displaying these gradients, we have different types of gradient, linear gradients and radial gradients and conic gradients. So first we'll see about linear gradient that we'll be giving at least two color stops. So you will give what color from what color to what color you want the transition to happen. So that you will be giving, you will be setting the starting point and the direction along with that. So the syntax used for this is background hyphen image colon linear gradient. So what direction you want, what are the color you want, what are the two different colors you want. So this is going to be the syntax for linear gradient. So linear gradient is going to give the direction along with the two different colors, at least two colors you have to give. So we'll go for this example. So first one is direction top to bottom, which will be the default thing, which means you don't want to give if you're not going to give any direction, by default it will print it in top to bottom. So now starting from the HTML tag followed by the head tag, inside the head tag I'm going to apply the styling. So here I so hash is there, so it is hash represents the ID creation. So hash is ID I have created, called the ID name is grade 1. So now inside that I'm applying styling, like I want height of 200 pixel, the background color is red, the image the background, this is the syntax. So I'm going to apply linear gradient, right? So linear gradient is a keyword, and from red to yellow I want the linear transition, right? So how the color will be transition from red to yellow from top to bottom. Okay, so ending up with my style and also closing my head part. Now coming to the body part, so to which I've written this for the grade 1 ID. So where the grade 1 ID is called inside the div tag, which means these two lines will be just printing it. After these lines is printed, you will be giving the grade 1. Okay, you're calling this grade 1 is that, so gradient will be applied. We'll see the output so that you can understand how it works. So can you see? So we have started from red to yellow. So this is the linear gradient. By default, from top to bottom, this gradient transition will happen. Okay. So this is how your linear gradient is happening. Next, followed by next is your direction. I told one, if you're not going to give any direction, it is going to be top to bottom. If you want it from left to right, you have to give the direction. That is, so same program, only the direction I have included. So all the HTML, the same ID, but in the background hyphen image linear gradient, I am applying the direction to which left to right I want. So to right, red to yellow. So starting from, so your left side will be red and your right side will be yellow. So that is the direction I have mentioned. So the same ID is I am been calling in the div tag. So this is how this works. Only the direction is been included before the color representation. If you are not going to give any direction, by default it takes from top to bottom. If you want to give left to right, you have to mention the direction. So we'll see the output for this. So can you see, before for the previous program it was top to bottom, for this program left to right. So starting from the left side the red and the ending up with right side is yellow. So this is how this left to right direction works. So we'll see the other type. So which is diagonally. If I want diagonally from top to bottom, so towards only I'm going to mention. Then what it happens? So to bottom right. Here I want, if you want it to be in diagonal, you can give it to bottom right. So the direction is to bottom right, starting from the top left. So to bottom right it will come the same red and yellow color. The same the same ID is being called in the div tag, so I'll get the diagonally. So can you see diagonally it is changing? Okay, the color is diagonally it is changing. So this is how it happens. So followed by you have angles. Okay, this is the final type. So you can also in this degree I want this color transition. So from I've created multiple IDs. So first ID is grade 1 with 0 degree, same place where you give the direction, in the same place you can give the degree, 0 degree, 90 degree. And my third ID is grade 3 where I've given 180 degree. My fourth ID is grade 4 where I've given minus 90 degree also. So these are the possible ways of giving your degree values also. So all the IDs I have been calling inside the div tag. So we'll can see in the output all the different types of representation. Okay, we can see. Okay, just wait. So can you see? So this is 0 degree color transition. This is 90 degree color transition. This is 180 degree color transition. This is minus 90 degree color transition. Can you can see the difference? I hope. So this is how your linear gradient using different angles will be done. Okay, so totally you have by default, if you are not going to give any directions, then it is top to bottom. If you want it from left to right, you have to mention the direction as to right. If you want it diagonally, then you will give to bottom right. If you want angles, you can mention the angles what you want with 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 degree, 120 degree, or if you want minus degree also, it is possible, you can give it. So this is how this linear gradients works, followed by your radial gradient. Radial gradient is like it starts from the center, okay, which means it will be in the circular motion. So by default it will be in the circular motion, and here also you need at least two colors, and more colors also you can include. So the syntax is same as the linear gradient, only the word changes, that radial gradient. And you can also give the shapes also here. Okay, the shape is previously it was like directions, right? Here you will have shapes because it is starting from center. Here the default shape is ellipse. So if you want it in the circle, you can give it circle comma color, what color you want, that is possible. And also you can give some evenly spaced, all these kinds of things we'll see one by one. So here you have evenly spaced colors. So I have not mentioned any shape also. By default it will take the ellipse. Okay, so now see, I have created the ID called grade 1 where I have fixed my height and width, followed by the background color, and here I have mentioned background hyphen image. The keyword is radial hyphen gradient. So followed by three colors are here, and it should be evenly spaced, which means from the starting from the center all the colors will be displayed evenly. Now we'll see the output. So this ID is called here in the div tag. Can you see the output? Yes, this is the output. So all the colors has been shared evenly, and it is not exactly the circle, it is ellipse in shape. We'll see how this with differently spaced, what you want to give for the differently spaced is you will be mentioning how much percentage of red color you want, how much percentage of yellow color you want, how much percentage of green color you want. That is called differently spaced colors. So the same program, same syntax, only you are going to mention the percentage of the color application. So I want in that particular display 5% of red only. So I want the weightage to be given for green color, I want the green color to be applied more, then I'll give like this 60 degrees. So when comparatively here 60 is higher, so green color dominates other than red and yellow. Okay, so same ID creation, and it is called here. See the output here. So can you see we have given 60 percentage to the green color. So the previously it was evenly colored. Now it is based on your customization, it is printed. This is differently spaced colors, only you are going to give the percentage. Next, if you wanted the shape, so this is a default ellipse shape. You don't want to give any default, you don't want to give any I mean the shape. If you are not going to give any shape, then you will get the default shape. That is the initial program what we have seen. And later on you see, can you see, this is ellipse, this is circle. So what is for circle? Can you, I have created one id for normal ellipse without mentioning any shapes. For the second id I have created with circle comma red comma yellow comma green. When you give this, your shape changes to circle in shape. So both the things I have called here. So that's why the output is printed like this. Okay, so this is the difference, a small difference. This is ellipse in shape, this is circle in shape. So these are the two different shapes. Okay, so now you have repeating radial gradient. You want the three colors to be repeated again and again, means you want to change the syntax itself. Okay, repeating the keyword you should have be previously in the program it was simply radial gradient. You want the same color to be repeated hierarchically, then you have to give repeating. The keyword should be changed, repeating hyphen radial hyphen gradient. So then you can give with the percentage or without percentage, that is your own customization, but you have to include the repeating. So then the same id will be called here. See how the repeating is. So the three colors are red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green. All the things are repeating again and again. So this is how this repeating radial gradient works. So totally you have here in the linear gradient you saw the top to bottom, which is the default theme, left to right, and the diagonal, and finally you have the angles. So when coming to the radial gradients, your evenly spaced color, differently spaced colors, and your shapes only circle is there newly you want to give. Other than that it is ellipse. Now if you want it to be repeated again and again the same color, then it is your repeating radial gradient. The keyword you should include repeating hyphen radial hyphen gradient. So this is the about the linear and radial gradients. Okay, thank you.